Lisbeth was only 16 when she first climbed into the harness of an arachne rig. As a young clanner, she and her father joined a group of Van Saar green hivers heading for a new life in the Underhive. Somewhere down-hive of Dust Falls, they were attacked by muty raiders, hundreds of starving mutant cannibals pouring out of the shadows to fall upon the uphivers. Lisbeth's father, a former artisan of the Montari Artifice House, hastened to don his prized arachne rig, but was killed by a stray round, even as young Lisbeth hurried to strap him in. The young Van Saar quickly climbed into the rig herself, and in that first battle found her true calling. When the last mutie finally died howling under her mechanical claws, the battlefield was littered with dead and dismembered raiders, and she was covered from head to toe in their blood. The green hivers hailed her as a hero, and when they finally reached the promised domes outside the bone-dry near Rusttown, Lisbeth was already getting offers of work. Less than 2 cycles later, Lisbeth was known in the Underhive of Hive Primus as the Iron Angel, an avenging techno-terror that preys upon outlaws, raiders, and monsters of all kinds. She still works primarily for her own kind, joining Van Saar gangs if their interests align with her own. Mostly, though, she takes jobs to repair her custom arachne rig, or make improvements to it, all the while hunting down the leader of the raiders who killed her father, a rogue psyker known as Alice Shiver. Howdy folks, and welcome back to Wellywood Wargaming. My name is Damon, and this is the series where I give you a bite-sized video on every Dramatis Personae, aka special character in the game of Necromunda. We are now into the L's with Lisbeth the Iron Angel. Really cool name, really cool lore there. But before I get into the video, please do like, share, subscribe. Check out the Patreon as well if you'd like to support me doing more of this type of content. We are nearly halfway through the entire list here as we get into it with quite a fun one actually, Lisbeth the Iron Angel. Really cool name, really cool lore there. This actually makes me want to have an outcast gang with her as a leader perhaps. I haven't used this character, there is no official model for it, but you could just use the Forge World arachne rig for it maybe. But she's a pretty cool one, I must say. Let's just have a look at the cost actually, 1 second. 315 credits, and she's Van Saar only. So you can't use her in any other list, which is a bit of a shame, but you can certainly use her as an outcast leader. But let's look at the stats, because she's a little bit different to your standard arachne rig, or your Ash Waste arachne rig as well. She is movement 5 up. She's got a weapon skill of 4+, a ballistic skill of 4+, which is the same. Strength of 5, toughness of 4, 3 wounds, initiative 4 up, 3 attacks, leadership 5+, cool 5+, willpower 7+, intelligence 6+. So just flatly very good stats. Average stats on the weapon skill and ballistic skill, everything else fantastic. But she comes with some built-in skills here, which are really cool. Ball charge, excellent, gives you +1 strength and knockback, making her suddenly strength 6 with knockback on the charge. She's got nerves of steel, which you combine that with a 5+ cool is just bloody brilliant, especially on something as scary as this. She's also got the superior weapons array as well, which is the same as fast shot, so she can technically shoot twice. If she remains still, she can do a simple shoot action instead of basic. Pretty cool. She comes with the twin-linked heavy las carbine, a rad gun, and 3 servo arms. So pretty nice. I mean, the twin-linked heavy las carbine is strength 4, I believe, and rapid fire and stuff. It's very nasty indeed. And then we have the rad gun as well, which I really like. It's got a template. It gives you flesh wounds and whatnot. And 3 times servo arms. Very nice indeed. In terms of war gear, she's got a light carapace armor, which is a 4-up save there as well. Arachno Cybertechnica Savant. She can ignore any negative movement modifiers for difficult terrain. She gets +2 movement when moving vertically, so she can just climb stuff really nicely. She re-rolls failed initiative tests against falling when pinned within 1 inch of an edge, and she can halve the distance rounding up when determining damage from falling. And she's also immune to radphage as well. So you can find rules for Lisbeth the Iron Angel in the House of Artifice, of course, because she is a Van Saar special character. But I really like the idea of this being a special character inside an arachne rig. Sorry, it's a bit of a mouthful, that one, arachne rig. But really cool character. I would love to use this in an outcast gang as the outcast leader, because yeah, it would just be really fun to use. I think the arachne rig already is one of the best brutes in the game. Of course, now we've got the confusion of the new Ash Wastes version of the arachne rig. Now there are 3 arachne rigs in the game, so Yeah, you know, take your pick, basically. But I really do like this one, I must say. I especially like the little mention of Alice Shiver at the end there, who used to be an Orlock, I believe, and we did that in one of the first videos in this series. But Alice Shiver and the Iron Angel really don't like each other very much. I'd quite like to play out maybe a battle report with using those two as leaders for outcast gangs, perhaps. Maybe I could do that in the future. Anyway, that's it from me for now. Over and out.